What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today we finally have some official information, some stats, proving that Modern Warfare 3 is absolutely destroying Modern Warfare 2 in every way, shape, and form. Of course, there's going to be a lot of different takes when it comes to this information. But from what I saw personally, it seems that the work Sledgehammer is doing, and, the listening, the communication, all of the above, is 1000% paying off. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and dive deep, if you do enjoy what you hear today and want to hear some more content revolving around Modern Warfare 3 or even X-Defiant, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. We're on the grind to 50,000 subscribers, and every single day we're inching closer and closer. So of course, like I always say, the support means the world to me. And last but not least, don't forget, we are going to be streaming today over on Kick. So if you guys want to find a link to that channel, I have it down in the description of this video. That stream usually goes live around 1 p.m. Eastern time. Alright, so just very quickly, I do want to go ahead and cover some leaks with you guys regarding Call of Duty 2024 being made by Treyarch. It's nothing really too crazy, so I didn't want to designate a whole video to this information, but I still think it's pretty interesting and a lot of you guys will still enjoy it. As you can see right here, this is a handful of the leaked maps that are going to be introduced within the next Treyarch title. Starting off with Firing Range 2, Veiled, Canals, Pillage, Radar, Grind, CMD, and Island. Now, out of this list right here, I do see a couple obvious remasters, Firing Range 2, which is phenomenal. I cannot wait to see this because, me personally, Firing Range is one of the best maps that Treyarch has ever made. And then, obviously, Grind. Now, for the rest of them, you never know. They might go ahead and rename some of these maps to be remasters, but I do believe the rest of it's going to be fresh new content. I just really hope that Treyarch does not, just scheme us when it comes to map selection in their game. I really want to believe that following up after Modern Warfare 3 here, we're going to see a decent amount of maps, especially with Microsoft taking charge. But I thought the same exact thing after Vanguard. I thought, Vanguard is setting a new standard for maps. And then, Modern Warfare 2 comes out and we're right back to square one. So I don't want to believe it yet, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed, especially since this is the first time in a long time Treyarch is actually having a full development cycle for the Call of Duty game. They will have enough time to put out a decent amount of content. But with that out of the way, let's get into the actual stats, showcasing that Modern Warfare 3 is putting Modern Warfare 2 in the dirt. As you can see right here from Charlie Intel, and just for you guys' information, all of these stats are coming from Activision. You could say that's false, you could say it's, true then, or they're lying for number, whatever you want, but the stats are coming from Activision here. But Charlie Intel put out saying, 1 week after Modern Warfare 3's launch, here's some interesting stats. Modern Warfare 3 players across all modes are playing more hours in-game compared to Modern Warfare 2, average hours per user. Modern Warfare 3 players are averaging more time playing the campaign compared to Modern Warfare 2 campaign last year. Rust is the #1 multiplayer map by match played, and Terminal is the #1 multiplayer map by hours played. Now, there are a few things that are interesting in this, in these stats here, and there's a few things that I think are phenomenal in these stats here. First and foremost, I do want to go ahead and point out the campaign. This is an interesting one right here because I thought Modern Warfare 2's campaign was definitely better than Modern Warfare 3's, but I really do believe the stats are coming out this way because of the open world missions. Now, personally, I feel like they could have been a lot better and more detailed, but I'm not going to go into a review of the campaign because I already went ahead and did that on this channel. But, just to summarize it very shortly, I just believe that the campaign got more time played because there's just more stuff to do in it compared to a more linear styled campaign that Call of Duty has, where yes, there are collectibles here and there, but it's a lot more simplistic. In the open world missions, you want to go out, you want to explore, you want to look at things, which means that, yeah, you're going to be taking your time. You're not going to feel rushed. You're not going to feel, like you have to be on a timer to go do things. You're just going to go out and explore, and exploring can sometimes take you, a much longer time than just running from objective A to objective B, trying to get through the story, because the story is the main interesting point. It's a little bit different when it's an open world concept. So I wouldn't necessarily say that more time in the campaign equates to it being a better campaign. But what really caught my interest was seeing that players are putting more time into multiplayer compared to Modern Warfare 2. Now, just very quickly before I hop into that, though, because that's, that's a juicy boy. I do want to quickly, tap in on the fact that Rust and Terminal are some of the most played maps, not only by matches played, but also by hours played. I called it from the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. I just know how the Call of Duty community works. We're so simple. It's Terminal, Rust, Scrapyard, and High Rise. I said those were going to be the 4 top maps, and nobody was going to show any interest in anything else. That's what I claimed before this game even dropped. And where are we? The top 3 maps by player choice is Terminal, Scrapyard, and Rust. I'm surprised High Rise isn't. Maybe it is up there, but I guarantee it probably is. It's no doubt in my mind. And then I would also throw in Skid Row there because Skid Row is pretty popular, and I enjoy Skid Row personally. But man, there's so many good maps in this game, and I just knew that the Call of Duty community was not going to want to dabble into any of them. And again, it just makes me worried that the majority of the new maps that we see in Modern Warfare 3 are just going to be extremely small, extremely simplistic. It'll be like 3 lanes and 2, lines of sights that you have to cover. So all you got to do is just pick up an AR and just sit on the left side or the right side of the map and let people, fly into your reticle. It's going to be this. God, I'm worried about it. But again, it just. I just thought it was funny that, it really is true that those maps are going to be the most played. But now let's get into the juicy part of this video, the time played by the players within Modern Warfare 3. As they claimed the numbers, Modern Warfare 3 players across all modes are playing more hours in-game compared to Modern Warfare 2. Now this, we have no clue if the player count is going to be worse than Modern Warfare 2 at launch. We have no clue of what's happening just yet, the sales, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the actual, hours you're putting in, this is phenomenal. And once again, it showcases that, yes, indeed, all it takes is a little communication, a little listening, and you can make a game that players will enjoy. Now, I've seen a lot of people, chalk up the armory to being one of the main reasons why people have so many hours within this game. How the armory system locks everything. And even if you're a level 55 and stuff, you still might not have stuff in the game. But honestly, I highly doubt it. There's only a handful of things in the armory that is really necessary to unlock. Dead Silence, Ghost, and a few other things. Your streaks and stuff of that sorts. But realistically, if you didn't like the game, you didn't like the game. You weren't going to play any further. If you hated it, you're going to stop playing right there and then. It doesn't matter what you need to unlock or what you don't need to unlock. There's plenty of people back in Modern Warfare 2 2022 who knew that to unlock a certain thing that they would enjoy, they would have to hit a specific rank, but they just didn't do it because they didn't like the game. The only way someone would actually put in the time and effort in the armory to even bother trying to unlock this stuff is if the game wasn't so unbearable that they, couldn't play it. And that's the case here. Of course, skill-based matchmaking is an absolute pain. But I am just really happy to see that this is, these are the numbers here because I'm having a blast with it. I really am. I think that if skill-based matchmaking was not relevant within this game, this could definitely be a contender as a really goated Call of Duty game. Obviously, skill-based matchmaking holds that back tremendously, but down to the core of the title, to what the developers have control of. Yes, they have literally checked off everything on the community's checklist. People were complaining about maps. They just brought back OG maps. And again, I'm assuming all the new ones are going to be small. Dead Silence, back. Minimap, back. A working ghost perk, back. Movement, back. Anything that anyone could complain about within Call of Duty has been resolved within the game. And you could tell, once again, by how long players are staying in the game, that they're enjoying it. Like I said, the main complaints I hear right now are skill-based matchmaking in the armory system. Once you get past the armory system, though, and you finally have everything in the game, that becomes irrelevant. So the only thing that's really bad is skill-based matchmaking. That's the biggest complaint from the mass majority of the community when it comes to this. And I do see some people not liking the time to kill, but again, that's COD. Not everybody's going to enjoy the same styles, and that's what Call of Duty does. They make all different types of games. It's going to be another game with 100 HP that will come in the future. I guarantee it. Whether it's probably not Treyarch, but I guarantee Infinity Ward's next game will have 100 HP. And you never know what Sledgehammer will do. It seems like Sledgehammer basically tries to do everything. A little bit of everything, 100 HP, 150 HP, slide canceling, fast movement to, more classic traditional movement. They mess around with everything within Call of Duty. And that's the thing about COD. If you don't like something now, it might be back later. But core fundamentals of this title, they have really nailed. And also, from my knowledge, it seems a lot of individuals are enjoying the camo grind. They made the challenges a whole lot less tedious. Zombie seems to be actually pretty popular. I know some of the hardcore players don't really like it, but, if you're more of a casual guy or if you don't really play zombies too much and, you're just thinking about hopping into it, it seems like a lot of people are enjoying it. Along with the camo grind in that game mode as well, will definitely, add to more playtime. I genuinely think that, these numbers are true because of the fact of the game being fun. For once in our lives, we have a game that, actually is enjoyable to play. It doesn't feel like I have to grind for a rank or I have to grind for anything. I just want to play the game because the gameplay mechanics are fun and enjoyable. And that's what we're looking for. That is what we're looking for. So I just wanted to put this video together because I thought these numbers were extremely unique. And it's really good to see that, Modern Warfare 3 is quite literally, putting Modern Warfare 2 in the dirt. And it's a big FU in the faces of Infinity Ward because this could have been their game. They could have had the hours per individual if they just simply listened to the community and did what we asked. As simple as that. But nope, they don't get it. Guess who gets it? Sledgehammer. And honestly, I'm happy for Sledgehammer because they've been through a lot of crap. They're always being used and abused. And Activision uses them more than they use Treyarch at this point. They're always getting the crap end of the stick. So it's great to see that, for once they can really, nail something home. I just hope that this communication lasts after the holiday season because if it does, I can't imagine it getting any worse. I just simply cannot. When the main complaints are just skill-based matchmaking, that's how you know the developers did a pretty dang good job. Now it just comes down to Microsoft if they're going to want to change skill-based matchmaking. We'll see how that turns out. But if they do that, man, I guarantee that this game would pop in levels that we probably would have never seen before in the history of Call of Duty. All we need is that matchmaking to be removed, and we can get this game there. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like, and if you hated it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell if you want to be notified for more content just like this. And last but not least, we do stream every day over on Kick, so if you guys want to check that out, I have a link to that down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.